Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Rao. Welcome to everybody on Noom Vibe, on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I want to let you know what I mean by celebrating our human potential. You know, uh, this is something I have been working on myself and my friends and everybody as I go through life. You'll kind of see so much. As a physician for about 40 some years, I've been working with the wellness and health of many thousands of people, right? And also have been a student of what were the health systems now and in the ancient times, what are the important things that we could learn. Okay, that kind of attitude really put me like a student all the time, right? So what I discovered was ancient human beings have lived a much better quality life because they were connected to the nature and they were always really recognized their inner potential because they are not busy like us, or they didn't want that way. They wanted to have a very simple outward life, right? And then they wanted to go inward and find out states of consciousness that were very blissful, no chattering mind and quietness and all that. Okay, so we can imagine that, we know about it. But what's going on with the modern condition? That's what I wanted to work on. And now I discovered we can live much better than the so-called weaknesses. Okay, so let's take, for example, the modern condition. What is happening here is in today's world, so being human has almost become synonymous with being overwhelmed, stressed, and reactive, right? People have been conditioned to believe that fragility is normal, that suffering is natural, and that exhaustion is inevitable. Is that true? No. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding of the human design, right? We were not created to merely survive, we were designed to flourish. See, that's what I discovered, and I'm trying to share it with other people here. See, what we have normalized in modern life, if you take a look at it, it's more like a chronic stress. We are always stressed out chronically, right? And that's a constant tension that we have, that has become a baseline almost, right? And we were wearing the busyness, busy as a badge of honor. And we make pressure for productivity. We kind of mistake pressure, right? Oh, we have been product in so much, that's why we can have the pressure, that kind of. So chronic stress has become normal, almost in our dictionary. And then the distractions, endless, they're growing, they're mushrooming every day, like our attention really fragments across a thousand digital demands, right? Now we have so many digital demands and we always do that. So it kind of leaves us disconnected from the present moment. We're not focused here and now, right? There, because so many things come at us. Okay, and this emotional reactivity also will make it normal. See, uh, we have lost the ability, that ability to respond with clarity. Okay, instead of reacting impulsively to every stimulus that crosses our path. If you do that, then you'll be reacting every time. Okay, so the chronic stress, the endless distractions, and emotional reactivity to everything, they become normal. And the other thing is poor habits. We can be sleep deprived, no problem. We have mindless eating, eat whatever that comes in front of us, and eat it also without any paying any attention to it. And sedentary living has become like a, that is what I aim for. After I retire, I'll sit down in a chair and then enjoy beer and watch the football. That's a good life. They don't see that is really causing the problems right there. So poor habits like sleep deprivation, mindless eating, and sedentary living, they have become accepted as simply how life is. Oh, that's a good life too. So we have normalized that disconnection from our own vitality. We may be existing without energy, without pep, without really enthusiasm for life, and we say that's okay. So instead of cultivating strength, society hands it out permission. Okay, permission slips, you can say. Permission slips to stay weak, stay tired, and stay unfocused. This is what is happening in modern life. Okay, yet deep inside, something in all of us knows this is not our true nature. We can feel it for ourselves. This is not really true for us. So that is what I want to address on. Okay, so how do you really have the we have the instinct of giving wellness away. So we are handing wellness away. See, most people unknowingly give away their responsibility for wellness. Doctor has to fix it, healthcare system has to fix it, or external authorities, whoever is the World Health Organization, all those. Yeah, they to direct you, but you don't take self responsibility. You want to listen to somebody else. So some lifestyles are there that were passed down from our grandparents to parents, parents to us, and we want to be inherited lifestyles as automatic. If in my family, for example, my mom used to make a lot of rice and curries and chutneys and all, and that was the staple diet. But then that is the reason why in my state back home in India they have epidemic of diabetes. Because the always grains and a lot of heaps of rice and all that. Okay, I broke away from that. I eat only a little rice now. Okay, not a lot of, but because I understand, oh, this could give me very high blood sugar and they can get into trouble. Okay, but we have given the wellness away to our inherited lifestyles, our external authorities, our healthcare system, simply handing wellness away. They want you to smoke. They want you to drink alcohol. They want you to be sedentary, watch football game without cons, and then eat a lot of snacks that are not good for you. Okay, so to thrive, to truly thrive, we must reclaim agency over our own well-being. Okay, you got to be the agent. So we must become the primary custodians of our health. And we can do the architecting of our daily habits and become the guardians of our inner state. That is not happening. That's my concern. That's why I kind of work towards the wellness ways and the proactive wellness, where I say you got to be taking responsibility for yourself and take the pillars of wellness into your hand. I talk about nutrition, exercise, good sleep, and calming the mind. These four pillars I work on quite a lot. For those people who come to me stressed out, for those people who come to me burned out, or for those people who look to me just as a morning routine, do it and then continue wellness ways. I think healthcare practitioners, healthcare system has to have this responsibility to confer this kind of understanding, know-how to all the patients so that they can act better in their lifestyles. Okay, That's the important thing, very, very much. We have the modern health system that's very good for acute care medicine. When somebody is really sick, trauma, or needing surgery, that's fantastic, very good. But it also has to help people not to get that sick. That's the way I look at it. See, there is a promise that ancients made. So if you follow the philosophies and if you understand the life, you should be able to transcend real big trouble of sorrows, right? So the the ancients were bold, and they said they did not accept unnecessary suffering as destiny. They did not, they taught achadika dukkha nivritti. That means the removal of amplified unnecessary suffering. How? By transcending, by understanding, by going beyond it. Okay, this wasn't merely about coping with pain or managing discomfort. It was a radical declaration. Say, much of what we really suffer, that is optional. Okay, when the human being returns to the alignment through awareness, discipline, right nourishment, and calmness of the mind, suffering can be dissolved like morning mist in the sunlight. That's the uh, that's the you know that's the example they quoted, right? So, and also they didn't say you can transcend extreme suffering, but also you can gain supreme bliss. So they give a promise of supreme bliss that they call Paramananda Prapti. See, this is more powerful. The sages said, or they promised, rather, they said you can have Paramananda Prapti. That is attainment of supreme bliss, inner bliss. Attainment of supreme inner bliss is possible for a human being. It's not fleeting pleasure, okay? It's not temporary excitement, but a deep, unshakable joy that is there, that arises because from you gain inner clarity and alignment, and then you'll be able to do that. Okay, so think about that. Not only transcend the suffering, but also getting possibility of being blissful by as a human being. That is what I want to celebrate. So see, they believed, the ancient believed, the purpose of life is not merely coping with existence. Existence is there, challenges are there, and all. It's not just mere coping. It is blossoming into our fullest potential. Okay, it is to experience the fragrance of life, that natural state of contentment that emerge when we live in harmony with our true nature. Our true nature. Okay, so human life uh, as flowering is important for me. Say, flower does not bloom halfway, neither should a human being. A flower blooms completely. Like that, human being also can bloom from his inner qualities. The ancient, they envisioned human life as a flowering, expanding, fragrant, and filled with purpose and awareness. Right? That was the vision. I kind of fortunate to grasp it and then shifted gears into that as a healthcare practitioner, as a wellness enthusiast, as a patient, as a physician, as a healer, as a yogi person, and all that. So that is the shift we need from weakness, permission, say, oh, we are okay, we can be like that as a human, we can be weak, we can be superstitious, we can be fearful, and all that. From that to bliss possibility. So that's the shift I'm talking about. From weakness, permission to bliss possibility. So we are standing at a crossroads now, a pivotal moment in our individual and collective evolution. So, do we continue to accept a lowered version of humanity, which is fearful, confused, and unhappy? Or we can go from the diminished existence to uh, normalized blissful existence, or do we return to the path of possibility? Not that everyone will be just like that blissful, but there's a path of possibility. So reclaiming is our birthright of vitality and joy. Those things are our birthright. We can reclaim them. So the shift begins the moment we stop normalizing weakness and start nurturing our potential for clarity. We have the potential for clarity, and also have the potential for strength, and we have the potential for authentic happiness that is not dependent on anything external. It is unalloyed joy that comes out of your inner heart after blooming. Okay, so it begins when we recognize that we are not the victim of circumstances, but active participants in our own transformation. We can do the transformation. That's what I'm trying to help people to really understand. So I have a new paradigm of being human. It starts with we want to have capability or fragility. Say we are resilient, adaptable beings with remarkable capacity for growth and healing. That's the first one you have to have. Then you say, okay, I want to be aware, not in the autopilot. When you have habits inherited from family, whatever, you are on the autopilot. No, I want to be aware of what is happening today, or how I can do it today better. So, living consciously, all the choices you make consciously, what you eat, when you sleep, when you do things that are disturbing you sleep, going to a movie late night, it's not needed really. So living consciously, making intentional choices on a daily basis rather than sleepwalking through life. If you are following autopilot and everybody gives you habits, then you are sleepwalking through life, right? And also, you have the capacity to self heal or helplessness. Okay, trusting our body's innate intelligence, it wants you, it tells you way ahead of really having the problem, right? So trusting that body's innate intelligence, and we have the capacity to restore back to balance. That is the self healing that we want to really understand and trust it and act like that. Listen to the body, listen to the signals. Then it will tell you something brewing, something going on. Then attend to that as early as possible. That is why I talk about be proactive about your wellness by being listening to the body, listening to what's happening in your thoughts, and then correcting. So it's more like a choosing bliss over exhaustion. So if you recognize that joy is our natural state when we align with our true nature, then you are choosing bliss over exhaustion. Is as simple as that. So this is a redefinition we need, a new paradigm of capability over fragility, awareness over autopilot, and self-healing over your helplessness, and bliss over exhaustion. This is the paradigm you want to. So being human does not mean being fragile. It means being capable of and equipped with an inner healing power, inner intelligence. And when we all the ways of the wellness or reorganizes yourself around wellness. Okay, so this is very passionate about it because the possibility is there. The path of possibility is more like a you understand your own inner constitution. Okay, know the unique nature of your body, mind, and energy patterns. You can observe them. Are you a morning person, evening person? Are you a person that can do stuff when you understand with the visual or auditory, whatever? So you understand your constitution. Okay, then you want to choose and apply conscious habits. Okay, so a daily practice that you want to adapt that nourishes you rather than depleting your vitality. This is what I talk about. Don't deplete your energy. Okay, there are ways to do that. Okay, but then you also want to cultivate awareness, not lost in thought. Okay, develop this ability to witness your thoughts, your emotions, and patterns without judgment. That becomes mindfulness. That becomes the meditation very simply. But you don't want to leave the thoughts on their own. Witness them. There is a witness in you. Be that, and then reclaim responsibility. Okay, take full ownership to your health, choices, and also inner state. If you can do this, then you will be really aligning your body, breath, and mind to your true nature, and then you will be uh, really harmonizing these body, mind, and breath. See, these are three dimensions of your being. So you will be bringing them coherently into one wholeness. So these are kind of five things I told you here, and these are, I will repeat that again. You have a constitution, you can have conscious habits, you can cultivate awareness, you can reclaim responsibility, and you can align your body, breath, and mind. These five pillars, you know, will open the path ahead for you. It's not one day thing, it's a constant, continuous thing. So, this is how unnecessary suffering dissolves into bliss. And bliss becomes a, not a distant goal, but a natural expression of aligned living, aligned body, mind, and breath, and all that. Okay, so I'm going to do this much more detail later on, but I'm just bringing you to that. So the celebration begins thinking that this is my birthright to be well, to be joyful, to be radiant about it. Okay, so if you have awareness, if you have alignment of all the elements of you, and then you experience the blissful being, that comes naturally. Okay, this hormone potential is not a theory, it is your birthright, it is your inheritance. It's a life of clarity, energy, and bliss. Is not only possible, it is natural actually. We impose on them a lot of things. Okay, so when if you license weakness as normal and start cultivating uh, possibilities, then you will be able to cultivate that. But we have to stop licensing weakness as natural and start cultivating possibility of joy. Okay, we can reclaim the true meaning of being a human. Okay, so when the body is nourished, the breath is steady, and the mind is quiet, then the inner joy that was always there, it is present there, and it emerges if you have body is nourished, proper food, proper vital energy there, and then breath becomes steady. That steadies the mind too, and the mind becomes quiet. If you have all those three, then the energize sprouts out. Unalloyed joy, the ancient described. Okay? But you will experience yourself. Nobody need to tell you about it. You will experience for yourself. Okay, so alignment is not a luxury, it is the gateway to freedom. Awareness, living with conscious attention to the present moment. That's what I do all the time. I also advocate that all the time. Aligning your body, breath, and mind into wholeness. Okay? And experiencing bliss, the natural joy of being fully alive. That comes through you. You don't have to advertise to anybody. Okay, so I'm inviting you to join this movement of proactive wellness. uh, you can reclaim your sovereignty, your build a world where every human being is thriving, and not somebody someday, but today. So I hope your days are filled with this awareness, your action with alignment, and your heart with bliss. Remember, being human is a celebration. That's what the preparation presentation I had. If you have any questions, you can come up and ask me now. Does this sound normal to you, or is there something extraordinary? This is coming from a healthcare physician who had practiced more than 40 some years and has seen a lot of illness. And question, why do you have to go to, and then studying and really going into the deeper sciences of yesterday and understanding what we're struggling in the modern medicine gave me this fortunate, probably, a turn where I was able to go inward and find myself and then stay there truthfully. Now I'm trying to work with the world and see what I can share, what I can tell, and what I can solve. Okay, that's my life is very meaningful for me. So I come out and share. I kind of treat people. I kind of work with people's problem. Burnout physicians, nurses, IT people who are stressing out, corporate leaders who wants to lead better, so they come for the servant leadership. So everything is about this inner alignment. I bring them from where they are to where they can be. What's the potential can be? They themselves see, they themselves motivated, they become the agents of their own wellness. That's what I want to do. So that's why I'm going to do the retreat in the middle of the January, where you can enhance yourself as a human being into the potential that is possible, that is there. But it depends on you. You can you can know things, you can understand things, but you have to come and uh, experience and do them for yourself. Okay. So anybody has any questions or any comments, or this is going to be an ongoing commentary by me, because I want to encourage and make people understand that this is a possibility for everybody. It could change the degree. Some may get better with their body, some may get better with uh, all this. Okay. So when you discover your own potential from within you, that's really joyful. You are not depending on external sources. Maybe they can uh, they can really make you feel like that, but not really. uh, you may be, having your own conditioning. You may feel like you are not able to reach that potential and you may be disappointed. That's why you need to have a commitment by yourself. I am going to be the agent of my wellness, and I'm going to take responsibility to discover these signals from my body, from my mind, from all this. And there's so many tools coming up to monitor everything much better, right? So that's why all the devices. At one time in 2008, I gave a lecture to uh, HIMSS. There's a big organization in Iowa. I was talking about how electronic medical record is going to revolutionize our medical care in the terms of sharing data, and also clear communication, and also legit writing of the doctors and all that. So I was very excited about that, and then I said at the time, I'm going to show you a slide where like 108 devices are going to come up to help you to monitor your own metabolic condition, cardiovascular condition, neurological condition, so many ways. There were 108 from head to toe that you can wear, and they give you more data about your health. Now, face scan can give you a lot more information about your cellular health, about your biological condition, about your cardiovascular condition, so many things. But you know what is fascinating for me? Way back thousands of years ago, there are physicians who are called Nadi Pravina. That means he can take your pulse and tell you what kind of diseases are lurking underneath you. Okay, and there are some people even now there. These are Nadi Praveen. Nadi means energy channel. Pravina means he can sense the channels by taking your pulse, and with the three fingers he will take it, and then he will see the pulsations, and then tell you what kind of diseases are lurking in you. Now we can do it with the AI, with a scan of your face, that is there, and that kind of intelligence was there before too. So what I'm talking about here is there is a potential in humans that is way high. Then what we are licensing ourselves is weakness, is lack of awareness, and we'll always kind of feel like, okay, this is our destiny, this is the way it is. No, not at all. Okay, take responsibility for your wellness, follow the proven ways of wellness, and be conscious every day, conscious habits, and then discover this inner joy that you have. Hi, Peter. I think you came at the almost at the end of the talk, but I'm sure you agree with me. What is possible, right? What is potential? I'm going to celebrate this human potential not only by bringing it to everybody's attention. Let them think, let them explore, let them discover the possibility of flowering from within that will give you joy and peace and happiness. So it's a very important subject because if you say, "Oh, my doctor is going to take care of my condition," that's like you could. He would be somebody who wants to help you. That's fine, but it has to be on an ongoing basis, not once in 3 months. Okay, so this wellness medical care has become such a way that people are getting into trouble and then they are seeking medical care. We will fix you, we will repair you, but underlying damage is done by everyday bad habits. So you got to be aware, you have to be awake, and you got to really work at them. So that my effort, I want to come up and speak about this illness-oriented individual, society, systems, and the whole countries are like that. They're ill. They don't want to really cultivate the habits of wellness from the beginning. Or if you get ill, you go to the hospital, you get fixed. When you come out, you still have to really employ your own self responsibility for being well on the continuous way. And lots of times people are not aware of all that is available for them, either an ancient system of yoga or modern system of running on the treadmill, or just being athletic and participating in games. Any number of ways you could be moving the body and keeping the mind silent. That's what I talk about all the time. Drink water, breathe deeply, don't think all over, think in a particular way so that you are thinking properly. Just because you're thinking doesn't mean you're smart. Just because you assert, oh, this is the Western way, this is the best way, it's not true. Look at the disorders, look at the so much illness around modern developed countries, very much broken. How many chronic diseases we are seeing? So anyway, this is why I'm starting this retreat from this living to something healthy, well, and joyful living. You can do it in your own life. So I'm going to take from where you are to where you want to go to the next step. No, don't have to everybody have a silent mind all the time and not reacting unnecessarily to that may not be possible for you. But you could say, I'm going to set aside 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, where I'm going to sit down, close my eyes, and calm myself down. Do that, see your blood pressure, how it goes down. And say, I'm not going to be reactive to everything that comes my way during the work. I'm going to take a pause, take a deep breath, and see, is this something I should be worried about, fearful about, anxious about or not? Or do I feel like I'm kind of insulted? Who is that ego? So these kind of understandings will help you a lot to lead a non-reactive, more responsive life. And that itself, that one particular behavior itself, will save you a lot of stress hormones, a lot of blood pressure elevations, lot of strokes and heart attacks like that. So I talked for a while now, so I think I was here 36 minutes so far. So if you want to come up and tell me anything made impression on you, because you're going to be listening from me on this quite a lot. You know, I'm not scaring you. I'm going to be very uh, vehement about this. I want to people to get it into their understanding. If they are already doing good, come up and tell me what is working for you, what's not working for you, what are the things that we could think about. We can reach into the technological breakthroughs now. Okay, the nanotechnology, the artificial intelligence, the reading of the face scans, or measuring of your blood without taking the blood out of your body. Just we can measure the blood sugar with a watch now, right? Like that. Biometrics and how can you improve your biotechnology so that you can understand all the breakthroughs that are happening. I keep up with that. I kind of very much interested, but most of the time I do stuff. Most of them are non-invasive to my body, and most of the time I kind of go the natural way rather than artificial way, and that is yielding dividends to me. Okay, I'm 70 some, have a bundle of energy, and discovering things as I go by. The potential of the human being is celebrated in a daily living and sharing. Okay, so I'm happy to share it, but if it makes an impression on somebody, I'm more happy, right? Because they live a wellness life. So this is going to be repeated, this particular presentation of celebration of human potential in various formats, and see how many people really respond to that, you know. And I also want people to come to my retreat and take a good 2 days, like each day 3 hours, and really understand there are so many ways you can enhance human being potential and where you are at. If you are already at the potential, good and well and good. But if you are not there, what are the subsequent steps that you could do, and you could improve that from where you are to the potential space. That's what I want to give clarity about people. People may not be thinking this deep, people may not be aware of these things, but my job is to make them get aware of them and try to achieve them through the practical steps I'm going to show them. You know, there may be other steps too. You can follow anything, but the essential thing is wellness your goal. Proactively do the wellness ways and be healthy and have this blissful presence rather than weakness, confusion, and illness. Okay, that's not us. That is the licensure I'm talking about. They made a license about weakness, about not being happy and joyful and blissful, about being confused or always lost in thought and not in touch with your regular daily movement and also to the nature. All those things should go away. Okay. So what do you think, Peter? You want to come and say, did you, maybe you missed the talk and so. Uh-uh, I got it. Try again, Peter. Kind of. Hi, Peter.
I heard what you were saying about modern medicine and fixing
Yeah,
things that are broken and expecting medications and doctors to fix everything. And that's not the right attitude, of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
We have to pitch in
yeah.
and take the advice and execute it. And
Mhm.
my problem seems to be the personal responsibility part. I do it sometimes, I'm not, you know,
Mm.
and I just feel like whatever I do is better than what I didn't do.
Yeah.
So since I spoke to you, I got an appointment with my physical therapist.
Mm.
I'm going to start in the pool with the low impact
Yeah,
and
exercise. Yeah, very good.
getting. Well, I just want to tell you one update. I got from my neuro. I forgot to mention to you. I also had a stroke, supposedly, or a tick, or whatever they call it, 5 years ago. I saw
No.
at the neurologist on the MRI what exactly the scar tissue looks like. It's very scary what you
Yeah.
can see on an MRI. But those are the good parts of doctors. Don't expect them to fix what's broken, but
No.
take the ball and run with it once they give us advice.
Yeah,
And I
we
agree.
doctors
It's too
also
far.
have to heal ourselves. So don't expect
Right.
it. Yeah.
Even physician heal thyself. They don't want to
Yeah.
hear it either.
Yes.
They're the
Yes.
worst patients, right?
Yeah. But I also say to them, then they get angry with me, but then they agree that is true because they're coming to me for
Right.
help, right?
Well, in
So
a minute.
yeah.
Yeah, initially, of course, the reaction's going to be, you
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, my mother, maybe I told you, was an RN for 50 years,
Yeah.
pediatrics.
Yeah.
And she was a really bad patient. And my father, who's a
Mm.
mechanical engineer, passed away last year. But
Yeah.
what I learned the first time is the phrase non-compliant patient. Not good.
Yeah.
Taking shots, taking pills, doing what my mother told him. Then
Yeah.
he went to assisted living and said, now I understand what you and your mother did for me
Yeah.
because I'm paying for it.
Yes. Yeah, no, actually, there's a lot of misunderstanding about healthcare and how they can play an effective role is right of missing. For me, patient and physicians are equal in terms of taking responsibility for their own health, right? But as a physician, a doctor means actually teacher. You got to teach why the health, why it is going off the rack, and what are the lifestyles. All those things, I believe it is our responsibility to share with the patients whatever breakthroughs are coming or whatever wisdom we have before. So that's I take it as a responsibility. That's why I do these rooms. So people listen and then change their ways. That's much better, right? So
Doctor.
I got a phone call. That's okay. So
Oh, you got a call.
yeah, that's okay, Mo.
Well, what you give back, I know, like you said, you've gotten so much in life that you're giving back now, which we are fortunate.
Yeah.
What about the technology the way it is today? Yes, the healthcare system is broken. I actually did pharmaceutical sales, believe it or not,
Yeah.
for type 2 diabetes, which I then ironically was diagnosed with. So I know more about diabetes than I want to.
Yeah.
But what do you think about doctors now, the way they take notes on the computer or they have an assistant?
Yeah.
And are they sharing knowledge through technology now with each other?
Yeah, it has the
Is there a
potential.
database or?
Yeah, I was a big time advocate for EMRs, because it came in around 2005 or so. Many people are not aware of it. Among our 60 doctors in our local hospital, I was the only one who is a computer nerd and kind of know about it. And I was very interested in the new technology anyway. But then I discovered this could democratize the patient data. And also, patient data is like a silos in doctors' offices and medical records of the hospitals, right? So I want it to be available quickly. Suppose Michael is here, and then he goes to Iowa, and in Iowa he has to have his records access because the doctors need to know what you are allergic to and all that. It's the EMR, it's like instantaneous. You can do that. So I saw that very clearly, and at the time, 500 or some patients are dying because of the medication errors in the doctor's writing. You know,
Okay, well,
yeah.
so
Nobody.
HIPAA doesn't preclude you.
Yeah. Somebody else, Peter is waiting. Michael, you come back after the Peter too, and we'll talk about it. Okay. So Peter had been waiting for a while now. So I don't know why he's getting rejected like that. So try again, Peter. It is a kind of, I don't know why it happens only with you. Peter, are you there or trying or, I don't know why they just does that. So I was telling Michael about the EMR, electronic medical record. See, you got to learn to leverage the new technology to help us for wellness. That's what my aim was. It was not about my convenience. It's not about I have to put in a lot of effort to learn the new technology, and I kind of took it like a fish to the water. So I was recruiting EMR to be my assistant to help me better document patient condition and also better communication with other members of the healthcare team, right? So I saw so many virtues if we can democratize the data. Okay, so I was very gung ho on that, and then people were very unhappy with me because I'm making them learn new things. I'm making them spend more time with this computer, and later on, because they did not understand how to use it effectively, you got to recruit it to help you with your work. I was able to do that. I was able to create my own templates. I was able to do the desktop convenient to me. Suppose I ordered a chest X-ray, and before I had to go to the radiology department and look at the film there, and also discuss with the radiologist, and then come with the opinion. I didn't mind that, but then that will limit my ability to see 20, 30 patients in a day, and that exhausted me to go to the each department, right? But here, now I can see the film on the screen, and I can also see the report of the radiologist. And if I have any questions, any doubts, I can always call him back. But then it's much better. And also, when I ordered a X-ray, I programmed such a way that it will send me a reminder that your report is here. Go and read it. Then I can. I also made a important point to get the TMR on my phone and on my iPad. I was the only one who is doing that. Nobody else wanted mobile at the time. It was 2008, right? Then I was able to see the lab results, see the X-rays as they come up, and usually I called the family or the patient right away and told them what was going on, what was found, and they were immensely pleased because they were getting information all the time about their condition. So there's so many ways technology can be leveraged to improve the patient care. And I was sincere about it, and I did improve my patient care, and my own time is cut down, and I was having much more easier time. And if I'm in the hospital, I used to go to the bedside and spend time with my patient or patient's relatives. That also improved my standing with the patients. So all in all, I was more satisfied using the EMR, and I was not stressed by it because I saw it as a friend leveraged to improve my patient care. Other physicians saw it like a invasion into their own privacy, and they didn't really like it. But I hope somehow I have fascination to the new things. I always want to learn, right? So that helped me a lot. Okay. So Peter, you want to try again? I don't know why it is keep on saying that to you. If you are still there, anybody else wants to come up and tell me what is this push for the human potential, and how is that we can restore the. So this is something has not taken root in even in the advanced Western countries. So yeah, Michael.
Just to pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
Do you have? I see if you did it in 2018. I did not know what EMR was until you just mentioned it, but
Yeah.
I googled it, and it said one of the oppositions is people who don't want to.
Yeah.
This can involve user resistance, which
Yeah.
means your other physicians that didn't want to be
Yeah.
disturbed, I guess, but also there could have been a financial
No, no,
issue.
they were scared of the
So when
new
you,
technology. So I was,
yeah, well, now 18, 20 years later, we should
yeah.
be able to get it fixed,
No,
or
no,
10 years later.
most of them are adopted, but now the problem is they're dumping so much work on the physicians, they're getting burned out by the EMRs. So that's what is
Too
happening.
much work.
Yeah, but I'm trying to help them. If they approach me, then I will tell them, make it your assistant, make it to recruit you so that it
Right.
can be doing. That is what happens with my. Suppose I'm talking to you, Michael. You're in New Jersey. I'm in Iowa. How can I talk to you unless I come and stay with you? This way, I can talk to you anytime. So,
No,
techno.
it makes sense.
Yeah,
Well,
techno.
hopefully people will get
Yeah.
more into it. Do you have access, or is HIPAA an issue with my charts? You know, the
Yeah,
patients look
yeah.
at
So
their own chart. Do you have access to that?
I'm pretty deep into the EMRs. So I have established systems, and I have trained people. I have taken advantage myself. So it's really a very important thing for us. It has happened, but the emphasis is on treating only illness, but not promoting wellness. That is our problem as a country, as a system, as a doctor, as a patient. So everybody has to realize, no, we can live much better and we don't have to suffer unnecessarily. That's what I'm focusing on. So if you don't want to take responsibility for that, then you will be suffering. But if you want to really take the agency about your wellness, you see, that's what I'm trying to promote, Michael.
Well, thank you and keep trying, because
Yeah,
it's worth the good cause is worth fighting for.
yeah, definitely. Actually,
People,
I want to create this movement for proactive wellness. You are in Matrix now, Michael. I don't know what happened.
it's hard though, because let's say initially I myself falling off the way.
I can't hear you because you are in the Matrix.
Yeah, no, I'm saying good advice you're giving, but the implementation as
Yeah,
personal responsibility is the
yeah.
hard part.
I know the intricacies. I know the problems why people are not.
We're
Yeah,
so used to just.
yeah. That's right. It's a huge shift that people will have, and also there is a need for that now. See, look at the insurance coverage is very minimal. Look at all the promotional drugs, even though you don't have to take all the medications, but you can use them some medications. People are made to take a lot of medications, a lot of side effects, a lot of interactions, and so seeing all these problems, insurance coverage is not there, and a lot of people are losing insurance, a lot of people are using medication, and a lot of people getting into nursing homes too quickly because they don't have any vitality of life. So I want to promote this.
Well, thanks for keeping up the good work.
Yeah.
Even in your semi-retirement, right? You're not retired at all.
No, no, I'm not retired. I'm actually more active now.
Yeah.
and I love it.
That keeps you healthier.
Yeah, exactly true.
Mental stimulation.
Yeah, I'm so involved, and then always young and active, learning new things. I'm into AI now. I'm learning big time. So it's all kind of a nice potential life
Yeah.
people have. So
I was surprised last year when I was being treated for the diabetic foot ulcer. My podiatrist, who's probably in his 60s, said AI is great for doctors. And I didn't know what he meant by that. I didn't know how bad AI was getting for normal people, but I use it. I used it to look up EMR. So.
Yeah. You see, I kind of use it in so many ways. I just prepared a presentation that came wonderfully well. I wouldn't have taken 1 week before. Now it took 15 minutes for me to create that. So it's wonderful. But I'm warning people, AI is going to be such a big technological change. Unless you put time into it and unless you learn what is capable of doing, it will overtake you. So use it as a tool, but you have to put your time to learn it. That's what I'm doing, and I'm also trying to help people to understand it better by by giving some classes. Are you AI ready? Under that heading, Michael, you can see those talks, and then I'll go deeper into them as I go on. But we'll see. Okay. All right. Peter could not come up because somehow yeah, the system kind of acted. Maybe he's not in a correct place. Probably. All right. Have a good day, and I will be presenting this topic of what is possible human potential and how anybody can do the right effort and get into the potential and not only transcend suffering and also not suffer unnecessary suffering, but also bring in joy and happiness from within you. That's your birthright. Everybody has the potential, and that's what I'm going to explain myself more and go into deeper. If anybody have questions, and we can don't say this is all not practical. This is not possible for everybody. No, that is like accepting your weakness, accepting defeat. Don't have to try. You may not succeed to the extent that Esther people or the ancient people did, but the indication is that every human soul has that potential. Okay, we can always celebrate that potential and realize the potential and live with that potential. Okay, with that, thank you, and I'll see you again later. Bye bye.